Hello there, and welcome to this playlist series for people who've got long-term illness, including long COVID, and who are dealing with disability. Managing people's expectations, managing your own expectations can be a minefield. People can expect too much of you, expect too little. Now, I've done a video very specifically for those who are caring for people with long-term illness and disability. But in this video, I want to talk about your expectations if you're the person who is actually the one who is dealing with it absolutely moment by moment. Your expectations of yourself are quite interesting. And long before you became ill or became disabled, you will have had a pattern of expectation of yourself. My experience, and I've worked with thousands of people now, is if you think of a continuum, one end of the continuum is that you expect too little of yourself, and one end of the continuum is you expect too much of yourself. I find people are polarized, one end or the other. Very few people have a balance in the middle, and that's really where you want to be, is to have realistic but challenging expectations of yourself that you can meet with a bit of a push. Let's talk about people who don't have enough expectations of themselves. For many people, particularly when they're first faced with long-term illness, the realization that this isn't going to go away quickly and that it should be over by now, and it's not, that can often get people into a place where they have low expectations of themselves. Why bother? I can't do it. What's the point? I'm never going to be able to do it, so why should I try? It's just hopeless, so they stop trying. And of course, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I'm really urging you to set yourself small goals. It may be that your goal today, I'm going to get up and I'm going to have a shower today, or I'm going to sit up in bed and I'm going to smile when somebody comes in to see me. And that may be the expectation of the day. But have that expectation. And when you meet it, celebrate it. Recognize it, because nothing breeds success like success. If you are too easy on yourself, recognize it's a very, very slippery slope. The less you expect of yourself, the less you'll do. The less you do, the less you'll be able to do. The less you're able to do, the less you'll expect of yourself. You can see where that's going. At the other end of the skin, those of you like me who expect too much of yourself, who drive yourself too hard, recognize that you are in danger of making yourself worse, of making your recovery take much longer. I learned that lesson the very, very hard way. Make no mistake, I've learned it, but even now I still get it wrong. And I know that that's where my tendency lies. And in the video, when I talk to you about becoming an expert on yourself, that's part of the issue, is knowing when to stop, when to stay within your bank account. That's another video. Ultimately, recognizing how you turn up. What sort of personality have you got? We talked in another video about whether you're a victim or a hero. Are you somebody who has expectations who are unrealistic of yourself? You need to temper that with some reality. But I also want to talk to you about having unrealistic expectations of the people who are helping you. Make no mistake, they are going through it too. And if you are running them ragged because you're constantly being demanding, you need to take a really strong, hard look at yourself, because it's not fair. If you are someone who is so resistant to asking for help that you make them watch you struggle and struggle and struggle, you have to take a long, hard look at yourself. Be clear about your expectations, and I'm really urging you to keep a diary, and the book that's the companion to this has an opportunity for you to take notes. Start to take those notes and look at the patterns. How do you turn up in terms of your expectations of yourself and your expectations of others? Because if they are unrealistic, either too easy or too difficult, then you're not going to be helping yourself, and you're certainly not going to be helping the people who are helping you. Having realistic but challenging expectations where you expect a little bit more of yourself, but make those increments realistic, make them tiny. So if you are now learning to walk again, as I did, my first time learning to walk, I expected to be able to walk the length of the parallel bars day one. Oh, I soon learned that that wasn't going to happen. Ultimately, if I could do 2 steps today, can I take a third one tomorrow? Can I take a fourth one the day after? Or is the pattern that I take an extra step and then I need a day where I just do 2 steps, and then I do 3 steps the next day, and then I do 2 steps, and then I try 4 steps and I do 3 steps, looking for the patterns and recognizing what are the increments that work for you. Physios will help, the professionals will help, lots of your friends will be experts in this, but I think one of the most important things are the expectations you have of yourself. And I would say, please make one of your expectations that you will be polite and grateful for people who are trying to help you, that you have an expectation that you will look for what you can do rather than what you can't, that you will have an expectation that you will make the best of every day. Because if those are the things that you're aiming for, the quality of your life and for those around you will immediately improve. Now, there's lots of resources available within the playlist. There's a companion book that goes with it, but I do recognize that if you're struggling with energy and concentration, that reading a book might be too difficult. But that's why these videos are here, and that's why I keep them short. So lots there in the playlist to help you. Do reach out. Let me know how you're getting on, or ask your carer to do that if you're finding that too difficult. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.